How can seemingly insignificant things can have a profound impact on your life? Picture this, a tiny seed, barely visible to the naked eye, buried in the earth's rich soil. Given time, sunlight, and a sprinkle of water, it grows into a towering tree, providing shade and shelter to countless creatures. This is the power of small things, often overlooked, yet possessing an incredible potential to affect change. In our lives, we're often so focused on the grand scheme of things, the big goals, the major milestones, that we tend to neglect the small moments, the little decisions, the seemingly insignificant habits that ultimately shape our destiny. Each small choice, each tiny action is a seed, a building block that contributes to the larger picture of our lives. So let's start appreciating the small things. Let's start recognizing their power and significance. Stay tuned as we delve into real-life stories that demonstrate the power of small things. Consider the butterfly effect. A small change can lead to significant results. Picture this, one sunny afternoon, you're on a crowded bus and you spot an elderly person standing. You decide to offer your seat. A minor act, one might think, but let's delve a bit deeper. This act of kindness doesn't just end with the elderly person sitting down, grateful and comfortable. No, it's like a pebble dropped in a pond, causing ripples that extend far beyond the initial splash. The person next to you sees your act, and later that day, they help a stranger pick up dropped groceries. The stranger, in turn, is inspired to pay for the coffee of the person behind them in line the following morning. A ripple effect has begun, all sparked by your small act of kindness on the bus. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the financial realm. Suppose you decide to invest a small amount of your income today. It might not seem like a big deal at the moment, but fast forward 20 years, and you could be looking at a significant nest egg. That's the power of compound interest at work. It's not about the big lump sum you invest, but the consistent smaller amounts over time that grow exponentially. These two examples might seem different, but they share a common thread: the butterfly effect. The idea that a small change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can result in large differences in a later state. In simpler terms, small actions can have significant effects. So, whether it's offering your seat to an elderly person on a bus, investing a small amount of your income, or even just smiling at a stranger, remember that these seemingly insignificant actions can create ripples of change. These ripples can grow into waves, and before you know it, you've made a significant impact. As you can see, small actions can lead to substantial changes. Never underestimate the power of the butterfly effect in your everyday life. Ever thought about how your daily habits shape your life? Let's delve into the story of an individual named Alex. After years of struggling to find time for personal growth, Alex decided to make a tiny change in his daily routine. He began waking up just 15 minutes earlier each day to read a book. Now, 15 minutes might not seem like a lot, but over time, these minutes added up, and something remarkable happened. This small change led to a lifelong habit of reading and learning. Alex started to absorb new knowledge, ideas, and perspectives like a sponge. He became more focused, more creative, and more open-minded. He was learning from the best minds in the world, all because he decided to wake up a quarter of an hour earlier each day. But what's the secret behind the power of such small habits? It's simple, really. Small habits are manageable. They're less intimidating than drastic changes and more likely to be maintained consistently. And as we all know, consistency is the key to long-term success. Think of it this way. If you wanted to climb a mountain, you wouldn't try to leap to the top in a single bound, would you? Of course not. You'd take it one step at a time, gradually making your way up. That's how small habits work. They might seem insignificant on their own, but over time they add up, leading to significant progress and growth. So, let's take a leaf out of Alex's book. Let's make small positive changes in our daily routines. It could be anything from waking up earlier, taking a short walk during lunch, or even spending a few minutes each day learning a new skill. Remember, it's not about making massive changes all at once. It's about taking small, consistent steps towards improvement. Because as we've seen with Alex, the smallest changes in our routines can lead to the most significant improvements in our lives. How often do you take a moment to appreciate the small joys in life? Consider the tale of a certain individual. Let's call him Joe. Joe was a typical city dweller, always in a rush. never sparing a moment to pause and breathe. Then one day, he decided to change. He started to slow down and appreciate the small moments. The radiant hues of the sunset painting the city skyline, the innocent laughter of a child playing in the park, the warmth of a well-brewed cup of coffee on a chilly morning. They may seem insignificant, but these moments brought a sense of tranquility to his chaotic life. As Joe began to immerse himself in these small moments, he noticed a shift. His stress levels dropped, his perspective broadened, and his overall happiness increased. He realized that life isn't just about the big milestones, but also about the tiny, beautiful moments that make the journey worthwhile. Never underestimate the power of appreciating the small moments in life. In conclusion, it's the small things that often make the biggest difference. We've journeyed through the power of tiny elements, from the butterfly effect, demonstrating how minor actions can trigger significant events, to the strength of small habits, showing how seemingly insignificant routines can lead to substantial personal growth. We've also explored the power of small moments, those fleeting instances of joy, clarity, or connection that might seem trivial, but are, in fact, the building blocks of a fulfilling life. All these pieces, no matter how small, are integral to the grand mosaic of our existence. The small things are not just details. They are the very essence of our lives, shaping our experiences and our stories. They are the subtle strokes in the masterpiece that is our life. Remember, it's the little things in life that make the biggest difference. So, start paying attention to them today and see how your life changes for the better.